Okay, so I got a trailer, and what we're gonna do is bring this engine to the scrapyard, get some money for that, because I tested and checked the alternator in the Astra, and it seems like we need to buy one. But we only have €35 left in the budget, so we're gonna have to bring this engine to the scrapyard and hopefully get some money back for that. So we can buy an alternator for the Astra, get it put in so everything is working as it should. Also gonna get rid of this engine crane so we have more space in the garage. So yeah, I'm gonna load up the engine crane, bring the engine to the scrapyard, bring the engine crane to another garage so it's not in the way here. And yeah, then we're gonna move on to figuring out if we need to change the alternator 100%. So I'm gonna check some fuses, relays and that. If everything checks out fine and the only thing I can pinpoint is the alternator, we're just gonna have to buy one, I guess. It's gonna be hard on the budget, but I don't think it'll sell well when it only runs for 5 minutes and then the car dies because the battery dies. So we definitely need to fix that problem. Okay, so we have the engine and the crane loaded up. I'm gonna bring the Astra back in. We'll have to get all these cleaned up before we do the interior clean, the polish and all that. But yeah, now we're gonna have a bit more space in the garage to walk around the car. So when we're cleaning it, polishing it and all that, it'll give us a lot more room to play around with. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this to the scrapyard now, bring that to another garage so it's not in the way here. Get this car back in here. And yeah, once I bring the engine to the scrapyard and drop off the crane, I'll update you and let you know how much I got for the engine. Okay, so the Astra's back in the garage. We're all loaded, so let's head to the scrapyard. Also, let me know if you ever seen a car being started like this. Skoda power. Okay, we're at the scrapyard. Gonna go on the scales and see how much we get for this engine. Okay, so we brought the engine to the scrapyard. We did only get €25. I did think we're gonna get a little bit more, but it is what it is. So our budget is back up to €60. So with that €60, we need to get an alternator, the cover for the mirror, and some touch-up paint. And I think that will be everything done with the car. We'll get it polished. We have all the things to get it polished already. And we'll just clean the interior. I have a special hoover that wet cleans the interior. So once them things are done, so then we're just gonna take photos of the car, put it up for sale. I'm thinking of putting it up for 1,250. So someone that comes will want to obviously negotiate on the price. So we'll negotiate down to like 1,100 or €1,000, and I'll be happy enough with that. We'll have doubled our budget and the next car will be a lot easier. So now what I'm gonna do is check the fuses for the alternator, the fuses, the relays, check all the wires going to the alternator. If everything checks out, then I'll be on a mission to try to find a used alternator that we can put in the car. And hopefully that fixes the issue of it not charging the battery. Okay, so it's the next day and I've bought a used alternator. I did check the old one as much as I could. I tested everything that I know how to test, and all the cables, all the plugs, everything was fine. So I didn't have any choice. I had to buy another one. So our budget was €60. It's now back down to €30 because I paid €30 for the alternator. It is used, so the guy has a few for sale. So he said if this doesn't work, he'll give us another one for the same price. So hopefully this one works, so I don't have to keep taking them out and putting them back in, because, well, it's just taking up too much time and I just want to get this car washed, cleaned and get it up for sale. So yeah, what I'm going to do is put the battery on charge, bring in the alternator, put it in, put the belts on, everything back together. Then we're going to start it up and just see if it's charging. Hopefully the alternator that we bought is good and it charges, and that'll be all the issues fixed with the engine, because otherwise everything's good as far as I can tell. I had it up to temp a few times and there's no leaks, there's no nothing, it's not boiling. I'm getting warm air out of the vents, so I think everything with the engine will be fine except the alternator. So once we change it, it should be all the problems done. Then all that will be left will just be to bring it to the car wash, clean the interior, find a cover for the mirror. I do have some black leather paint, so we might sand the steering wheel down a little bit and restore it, so give it a fresh new look. Every little detail that makes the car better will help me sell it, I hope. And I hope once I have it up for sale, which I'm hoping it will be up for sale in the next few days, latest by the weekend. So once it is up for sale, I hope it doesn't take me too long to buy another car. So yeah, let's bring in the new alternator that we bought. I'll get it replaced and then I'll give you an update. And while the Astra is up for sale and if nobody buys it like straight away, I'm gonna move on to fixing the rust spots on the Passat and doing a full paint job. Hopefully that one works. Right, I'll see you in about half an hour when I get everything fitted. We'll give it a quick start and see if the battery's charging. Okay, so I just got the alternator in. I have it started. And as you can see, we're getting 14 volts. So that means that the alternator is now working. I'm not happy that we had to spend 30 euros and only have 30 euros left in our budget, but the engine's running now, the battery's being charged, everything seems to be fine except my dirty hands. So what I'm gonna do is put the battery tray back in, airbox, engine cover, put everything back as it should be, and then yeah, we'll take it for a quick drive and maybe bring it down to the car wash. And all that's going to be left to do in the next video is get the interior and the exterior clean, and we can finally put the Astra up for sale. Okay, so I've put everything back. The car is running now, the battery is charging. I want to clean up the garage now because it's a complete mess, just like my hands. But yeah, once I get the garage cleaned up, we'll take it for a wash. Thank God everything underneath the bonnet is done. Really happy about that. So now all that's left is to change the wind mirror cover, clean the interior, polish it, and that's it. She is ready to go up for sale. Okay, so I've cleaned the garage up as much as I could, and I'm going to take the Astra to the car wash now. So our first drive in the Astra. Drives pretty nice, to be fair. Okay, so it's made its first drive and we've got to the car wash. We'll get it washed and that'll be it for today. We'll head home and we'll continue the work tomorrow with the polish and the interior clean. So that's it for this video. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that to stay up to date with our series from 500 all the way to a supercar. If you have any ideas of what supercar we should buy, let me know down below. Also, when the Astra gets sold, what car should we buy next? So yeah, in the next video, we'll be cleaning the interior, getting the body polished, and then taking some photos and putting it up for sale. And then just wait till someone buys the car. And once the car gets sold, well, we'll move on to the next project. So I'll see you in the next one.